Welcome to mathematics class. Suppose you are asked to resolve this expression into partial fraction. Now, what you guys will notice here is that the power of x here is actually raised to the power of 2 and this is actually raised to the power of 1. It shows that the factors that we have here is actually the non-linear factor and also the linear factor. And the highest power of x is actually raised to the power of 3. That means we are having a proper fraction since this is actually raised to the power of 2. Right? So what I'm going to do in this case is that I will write this expression so that I'm going to have it to be, that's actually 7x squared plus 5x, right? Then plus 13 divided by s squared plus 2, then x plus 1, right? So then this is equivalent to, since I'm having non-factor here, then I'll put a linear constant on top. That's ax plus b divided by s squared plus 2, right? Then plus, I'm going to have this to be c divided by x plus 1. So after that, I'll go ahead and multiply both sides by the factor I'm having. So multiplying both sides by the factor, I'm having the factor to be s squared plus 2 and also that's x plus 1, right? So in this case, this factor will actually cancel this out, right? Then so that I'll have it to be 7s squared plus 5x, right? Then plus 13, which is equivalent to, here this will cancel this, then have it needs to be ax plus b, then open brackets x plus 1, then close this back. Then this will cancel this, then I'm having it to be this as plus c into brackets s squared plus 2. So if you look at this question very well, I'm having just only one linear factor. That means I will use both the try and error method, which is the assume method, and also I'll use the comparing coefficient method. So now what I'm going to do now is that, let me just call this A, right? Then I'll open this bracket so that I can have another expression. So that this is actually 7s squared plus 5x, right, plus 13 is equivalent to this one. Like this will give me as squared plus ax, right? Then plus bx, right? Then plus c s squared plus 2c. If you open the bracket, you are going to have expression b to be this. So now what I'm going to do now is that I'll go ahead and use assumed method on the linear factor that is found in expression A, which is x plus 1. I'll just say let x plus 1 equals to 0. No, in this case, my x will be equals to minus 1. If x plus 1 is equals to 0, then everything here is 0. 0 multiplied by everything here is actually 0. That means I'll put my minus 1 into this. I'm going to have to be 7 into bracket minus 1 all squared plus 5 into bracket minus 1, right? Plus 13, which is equal to, no, everything here is actually 0 since x plus 1 is actually 0. Then I'm having to be c into bracket minus 1 all squared plus 2. So here I'm having 7 minus this actually minus 5. Minus 5 plus 13 is equal to this actually, that's 3, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. That's 3c, right? So here I'm having it to be, that's actually 15. Since 7 minus 5 is actually, that's 2 plus 13, that's 15, which is equal to 3c. Divide by 3. You're going to have your c now to be equal, that's 5. So in this case, our c is equal to 5. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here is that I'm going to use the comparing the coefficient method. So from expression B now, what I actually need to get in this place is actually my A and B, since I know that the value of C is actually 5. So now what I'm going to do now is that I will just go ahead and just compare coefficients here. The highest power of x here is actually 2, then I have 1 and have 0, right? So I will pick 2 first. The one, when x is raised to power 2, then I'm having the coefficient to be what? To be 7 on the left hand side, which is equal. Right hand side, I'm having to what? A plus, that's c. Call this equation 1. Then next thing, move to what? To the highest power of 1. No, my c is here and my a is here. Then I need to find expression for what? For b, so I can get the value of b. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm picking 5 here, since the power of s, the coefficient of the power of x raised to power 1 is actually 5 on the left hand side. Then I'm going to have to be 5 equal, let me check the power of, this is a, which is 1, right? Then I'm having a, then the next one I'm having plus b. Both a and b is actually raised to power 1, right? If you look at this very well. So what I'm going to do is that my c is 5, then I'll just put my c here, right? I'll put my c here in this equation 1. Then I'm going to have to be 7 equals to a plus 5. right? So in this case, I'm going to have it to be no minus 5 plus 7 equals to a, right? So here I'm going to have it to be that's 2 equals to a. So since my a equals to 2, then I can just come to this equation 2. What I'm going to do is that I'll plug in the value of a into this equation 2. No, a is 2. Then I'm going to have to be 5 equals to 2 plus b, right? This is b. Then the next thing I'm going to do is that simplifying this, I'm going to have minus 2 plus 5 equals to b, right? Here I'm having b to be equals to, that's actually 3. Right? So my a in this case is 2 and my b in this case is actually 3. So my c is what? That's 5. So I can just say therefore my a is 2, my b is 3, right? Then my c is equals to 5. So now, without wasting our time, what I'm going to do is just that. It's very simple. I'll just come back to this expression. This expression is equivalent to this, right? Then I'll have it to be 7 x squared plus 5x plus 13 divided by, that's x squared plus 2 into bracket x plus 1 is equal. Now a is what? That's actually 2. That will be 2x plus b is what? Is 3, right? 2x plus 3 divided by what? That's x squared plus 2, right? Then other one, which is what? C is actually 5. That's 5 divided by, that's x plus 1, right? So you show that the expression to this partial fraction is actually everything here. So if you enjoyed the video, please and please kindly like and share, and do well to press the subscription button, right? And also don't forget to click on the notification button so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. And if you enjoyed this video, drop what you feel about this video in the comment box below. Thanks for watching.